Welcome to Better Marriage Daily, where we give you tips on how to have a better marriage daily. I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
And y'all, Lord have mercy. We are talking to the women today, not the single ladies. Well, some single ladies. But we talking to the women who are more seasoned, women who have been through some stuff, women who understand that life is not going to give them a bed of roses. They got to go out and plow that bed and plant that seed and tend that garden and pull them weeds and all the stuff like that. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we are talking about menopause, perimenopause, and its effects on a marriage and on the wife. Mostly on the wife, which is an effect on the marriage.
Exactly.
Right?
Yeah.
Man,
Exactly.
so just to give y'all a little background, we have been married for 24 years. And it's been great. It's been great.
It has.
It's been great. It's
Sure
been so
has.
awesome.
Mm-hmm.
It has been so easy. Well, okay, now let's tell the truth. So we told y'all we were gonna be real with y'all. We were gonna tell y'all straight the truth. We wasn't gonna do no lying, none of that stuff.
No.
So listen, we want to talk about something that I found out from listening to you talk to your woman friends about how the generation before y'all did not talk about menopause.
No.
All they talked
did
about
not.
was hot flashes. Right?
That's all we.
So talk
heard.
about how that sets you up.
Well, it set my generation up to fail,
Come on.
I believe. And I would not say that it was their fault. I will say
No,
that
it was their fault.
Listen to what I'm saying. I wouldn't say that it was all their fault.
Yeah.
Okay. I would say that it was the medical profession. It was doctors and their training that failed them,
Right.
right? Because all they were told was that hot flashes was a sign of menopause. You know, you start with the night sweats and perimenopause. They didn't even know anything about the stages of menopause. They had no idea. But they were told when they got to this time in their life that hot flashes, pretty much, that was the symptom, like the only symptom. And that's all that they knew.
Right.
You know, doctors were not trained in it. They didn't know anything about it. And you have to understand too, it has been a male-dominated profession.
Absolutely.
It has. So the women did not have the resources that they needed. And all they were told was that whenever they got to that stage in life, that they would have, of course, cycles will stop. And then from there you would start having hot flashes. And that's all they talked about. And then they told women that they would just have to deal with it. There was no resources to help them, get past it and to overcome their symptoms, anything like that.
Yeah.
It's like, this is your life and you just have to deal with it. So they were told that, and nothing else was done. There wasn't any research on it back then. It was very, very little research on it. But women didn't know that they were suffering from, not only hot flashes, but, extreme fatigue,
Hip pain, joint pain.
Hip pain, joint pain.
See how she looked at me? That's how she looked at me. Did y'all see that?
Because I had a thought, and it went away when you said something.
I was trying to help. So we did.
Lower back pain, hip pain, just joint pain, knees, your shoulder. Like I didn't know where that pain came from, and it wasn't just a rotator cuff problem. It wasn't just, I'm thinking that I've injured myself. Well, no, it's called frozen shoulder. And I found that out when I jumped into the research of menopause.
Wow.
So it was all there were all kinds of symptoms, and doctors never told them anything. And even with my generation, we're just starting to find out all of the symptoms that people are dealing with, from like simple things like your skin is itchy inside and out, tinnitus, itchy ears, I said the lower back pain, but mood swings, the
mood
depression,
swings.
all of that. Yes.
Mood
Yes.
swings.
All of that. Depression, all of that, anxiety, extreme anxiety and things like that. And then with the anxiety, then insomnia. You can't sleep at night, or you can't fall asleep. And if you are, lucky enough to fall asleep, then you don't stay asleep. It's all of that. And then now we are suffering from sleep deprivation, which makes you irritable because, you by the time you go to sleep, if you're getting up at 6 a.m. in the morning, 5 a.m. in the morning, well, by the time you do fall asleep, it's time to get up. So there's this cycle. And so, the previous generation didn't even know to talk about those things. And I know they felt those things. They just didn't put it together and they had no one to help them.
They probably thought it was crazy.
And that's the thing, is that women now are saying, oh my God, I thought I was losing my mind. And unfortunately, everybody in the home feels the wrath. And she can't.
We felt no wrath. We felt, I want to go on record. We felt no wrath. That's my camera?
Really?
Is that my camera? We felt no wrath.
Really?
In the Ardwin home.
Really?
I can say unequivocally.
Okay. Yeah, okay.
Nothing but wrath. Do you hear me? Oh my God. So like I don't know if so we got married. Right. And she's just going into 36 years old. Mm-hmm. And, that's what we think, what all the stuff that I was reading said was like the great time of life. Because that's whenever the woman can't keep her hands off of you. From 30 to the early 40s, it was going to be fire. And then whenever you get to the 50s, it was going to pick up again. Mm-hmm. And I was like, yes. Well, 38 came, 39, 40 came. And I was like, I'm waiting.
40, 42.
And then 50 came, and I'm like, I'm waiting.
Talking about you're waiting. I was waiting.
Right. But I was waiting.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You didn't really know what was going on. You was like, I was
just waiting for. I was waiting for
you were like,
that
I'm
number
hot.
I'd heard
Don't
about.
touch me.
Yeah. And that part didn't even really start until,
I'm joking. But, I had to go with the joke. I had to go with the joke.
Yeah.
So we're there. We're trying to figure this thing out. And we're going through and looking back now that you know what you know, you've surmised that you figured out that back then it was perimenopause. So all the stuff, all of the issues, because y'all got to understand, we told y'all from the beginning, we don't really argue about real stuff. And so that means that argument that we had about the garlic was perimenopause.
No,
related.
it was menopause. It wasn't
because that
it wasn't
switch
perimenopause.
flipped.
I was past that.
Yeah, that's menopause. Okay, that switch flipped, and we in there hollering, screaming.
Yeah,
we in there getting over some garlic.
Yes.
Now we don't have no disagreements over. No, we so easy going. It's cool. Now she holler all the time. And I was,
but it's not raging holler.
It's not rage, but she hollering all the time. You're always hollering about something.
Yeah.
Hey, baby,
is
that a pretty flower?
Just loud.
Yeah, it's a pretty flower. Why are you asking me if that's a pretty flower? Yeah, I'm telling you. So, we are prepared because, I'm really laid back down. It take a lot to get me going.
It makes sense.
And it's a firecracker right here.
Yeah. It makes sense now.
Then you add all that other stuff to it, and it's
before to me.
Right. So when we were having disagreements and stuff, and I couldn't understand for the world of me why everything was such a big deal. I could not understand it. It would just drive me.
Well, I couldn't either.
It doesn't make sense.
I couldn't either. I was trying to figure it out, but I had no answers.
Yeah.
Like, how do you wake up in the morning and you're pretty, your mood is cool. And then all of a sudden, I start feeling like you'd ask a question, and the way that I would answer, you're looking at me like, you all right? Because you really did just answer, really answer me like that was rough, And so I started.
You talking strong?
Yeah, you're talking strong. And it would come out of nowhere. But then when I started to do the research, I started to follow, follow doctors and follow people in, who are specializing in menopause and all of their symptoms, some gynecologists who they've done the work. And so now they are menopause specialists. And I started reading and started listening to like YouTube videos and started talking to friends, a couple of friends in the community. And I was like, wow, like now, and then I started, like, one thing that really kind of scared me in a way is that I started to experience anxiety for the first time in my life. And I'm like,
explain what does that look like to somebody who don't know what anxiety is?
Felt this overwhelming sense of doom, like the rug was being pulled from under me. If something happened, it's like my mind went like to the worst scenarios that could happen, and I started feeling this something in my stomach, and just this uneasiness to like just feeling unsettled.
So
But go ahead.
So you were experiencing fight or flight in everyday conversation.
Not every
That's
day.
fight or flight. That thing is like, I'm ready for impending doom. It's fight or flight.
Yes, depending on what was going on.
Yeah.
Things would trigger, certain things would trigger me.
Right.
And it wasn't until your dad got sick that I recognized what was going on after doing research.
What you mean?
Because when he got ill and you were here to, if something happened, you were here usually to go and to help them and to assist them. But it wasn't until he got ill and things started going on and we started recognizing, like, okay, this is not good, and then you would leave and I was here to deal with telephone calls and deal with them calling when they were in crises. And that sent me, like, I was literally, like, when you would leave, I'm dreading a phone call from them because I knew that it wasn't good. They weren't calling me to ask me if I had eaten or are you okay? Nothing. It was none of that, because it used to be.
Right.
But it was none of that anymore. So I dreaded, it was a problem if they were calling me.
Yeah.
And because you were the only one here, then you left. So I was here and they would call me first, which I get. Mm-hmm. But I had this sense of, like, I'm praying that this boy is going for a whole week. Lord Jesus, please.
So that explains a lot, because I
had the shakes, like literally the shakes.
Right, because I was always wondering. I was like, baby, why are you tripping? I mean, they're gonna be all right. Just go fix it. If something happened, your parents die on my watch. Oh no, Eric and Chris ain't gonna be fat. Your family not gonna be. I'm like, how they gonna die on your watch? I don't understand.
The mere fact that I have to go over there and take charge, because I have to understand.
I know, but I'm saying that's.
Yeah, but just that alone.
Oh, is that not nothing to do with menopause? It's just you?
No. It was the anxiety part of it was really, really bad.
Yeah.
But I was always, it had me so nerved up to where I hear the phone ring and I'm like, Jesus, like, Lord, please don't let it be them. Because I knew that they were calling for something and I was going to have to figure something out, call your sister.
You got to handle
I was going to have to handle it, run over there, and then what do I do, depending on what's going on? So that's why I meant on my watch, something happened, because I didn't have the ability. Then your dad was diabetic. I didn't know anything about that. That had me nerved up, because you've gone to assist them and things had happened. You know what I'm saying? So the menopause just had me, the anxiety part of menopause had me just in a bad place.
Right.
And this until you came back.
Yeah.
And so I started to recognize when those things would happen, certainly. But then when life started happening and things were going on, I started to feel it as well. There were always triggers. I have never in my life felt that way. I was a single parent all those years. I always handled business,
Yeah.
and I handled it
That's what drew me.
without
That what drew me to you, baby.
these feelings
Yeah.
that I had.
I was like, I can
And-
leave my house, gonna be good.
Yeah, yeah. As long as it was something that I could handle, So, yeah, I recognized it then. So I realized that was a part of it as well.
All right. Yeah. So and that's big because, like I said, we've had not say bad disagreements because of that. Because I'm like, well, why are you going all the way to doom? You go from zero to doom. There was no middle.
I couldn't help it. I had no control.
Yeah, it's crazy.
I couldn't.
And then the
didn't.
sleep.
Sleep started
every day.
I was tired. I would get up, and even when I did sleep, I would wake up exhausted.
Now, y'all, I could be trifling right now and play a audio of her sleeping.
Yeah.
Whenever she said she
Yeah,
wasn't
you
sleeping
could.
well.
But to wake up from that and still feel exhausted,
Which I
was
couldn't
an
understand.
issue.
I'm like, girl, you were fully relaxed.
It didn't matter. You were relaxed too with sleep apnea. I heard,
Yeah.
but
So,
you had a
see-
condition.
See, she can't let it go. She gotta have a
I'm
one
saying.
tit for tat. I
It's
got a
the same
machine
thing.
though. I sleep on a machine.
I'm just saying.
While she up there talking about,
But I wasn't. And then I found out it was the hormonal imbalance.
hold on, back up. Why you had to
What?
talk? You having a
I'm just
flash right now?
saying.
Why you had to talk about my CPAP, man?
I'm just saying
did
it's
you
the
feel
same kind of
attacked?
thing. No.
Did you feel attacked?
Oh no. But it's the same kind of thing.
It ain't.
It
It's
is.
How is the same?
Because you heard me.
I heard you
know,
sleeping.
you heard me sleeping.
With sleep apnea, I'm not sleeping.
But I still would wake up in the mornings feeling horrible, like I did not sleep. And it was hormonal imbalance.
Right.
That's what it was, because I felt I would get up and it took everything in me to leave this house to go to the gym because I woke up tired.
And then talk
it
about that.
wasn't
Then you go to the
yeah.
gym, and I'm just like,
Yeah.
I'm really outdone
But-
because she's going to the gym and she's doing it on a regular basis, but being incapacitated
Yeah.
because she went to the gym.
Yeah. But I needed that
I'm like,
because that's the thing that helped me feel better
stop
once I was
defending
done.
yourself
Yeah.
and listen to what I'm saying.
Okay, go ahead.
See, this is what we go through. I gotta watch it.
Go ahead.
See, look, couples, the enemy will always come through and give you an opportunity to start some mess, right? You get to see it in advance and choose whether you want to go down that road. When I was saying that you would go and work out and were incapacitated, I'm not saying anything in the pejorative to dig on you. What I'm saying is you would go work out, and then after you work out, the 2 days in between the workout or the 3 days you work out, you're hurt every day. So you walk around here hurting, everything hurting. And I'm like, well, that's not normal. That's really not normal. And I was just like, well, look, stop working out. I mean, figure, do something. Go do yoga, do something, because this working out thing is not, it ain't working because you keep being hurt all the time. But come to find out, what was it?
It was a hormonal imbalance. And that's where the fatigue came from. I was exhausted. It
The hip
didn't matter.
pain that you had,
The
shoulder pain.
the lower back, the hip, the shoulder, neck.
Yep.
Remember when my neck, that was a part of it.
Yep. Be in the car, say, hey, babe, can you get that? Now, don't mess up my shoulder. She sound like Big Mama. Don't you mess up my shoulder. I'm going to reach back there now. And if I reach back there, you know I'm going to mess up my shoulder. That's my shoulder.
Yeah. So we can laugh about it now, but it was not funny. It was not
was
funny
like, I
because
got it.
in my mind, I'm thinking, what in the world is going on with me? Like
Yeah.
I feel like, am I losing my mind? Because this is crazy. I've done nothing to myself. I haven't hurt myself. I haven't, tried to, lift like heavy weights. I haven't done anything. Why am I hurting like this?
Right.
And so that's what I found out doing research, and then, went in and talked to my doctor, and she explained more things, and I had, resources outside of that, talking to another friend who's in the medical profession, and we just kind of discussed all of that. And so I am relieved that it wasn't just in my head, because so long women have been, gaslit. And we were told, well, it's just something that you have to go through. And, there isn't any help. And, they want to put you on, if you feel like you have anxiety, then they want to give you anxiety medication. And it's not going to do anything for you. And so many women have been given that, and then just,
because we talked to a friend the other day who was talking about that.
Yeah, was talking about that.
She was just crashing, and it wasn't working. It was kind of working, and she was talking about pain, and then Dr. Vanessa went in.
Yeah, and I asked questions, and so women were given these things to try to help them, like sleep and help them manage life, and all the time it's been hormonal imbalance, and it's just sad. So once I started to do the research and just, go into some of these communities online and just started to see, like, man, and all the women is like, okay, so I wasn't losing my mind. Like, these are symptoms, and there are so many. Heart palpitations, people thinking they're dying. They, laying down at night and their heart is just pounding and pounding. They go to the doctor and get checked out, and they have to wear monitors and all this kind of stuff. And the doctors aren't finding anything wrong with them.
As far as menopause goes, is it just hormone imbalance come from that, or can hormone imbalance derive from something else?
It could, but it just depends.
I don't know if you better hear him. He said, "So cameraman, we got a cameraman now. We're moving on. We're moving on now."
Come on.
He said, "Did the hormonal imbalance come from hormones or something else? Did something else? Was there something else that could possibly have caused it besides menopause?"
Not in the season that I was in, no, because everything else checked out. All the other tests, I go to my doctor. Working out, wasn't weight related, like joints, wasn't weight related. Matter of fact, I was thinner of maybe 7 pounds thinner back then, and there was no explanation other than that. And so
fibromyalgia,
I mean, which they weren't trying. Fibromyalgia,
lupus,
and all these autoimmune diseases and things like that.
Oh yeah. We were definitely gonna get to that for sure.
Yeah, how did you handle it though?
Well, I mean, like I said, we're perfectly fit.
He walked in peace mostly.
I walk in peace. You know what I'm saying? Like I just said a while ago.
Yeah.
As a husband, as a man in the house, we are the thermostat, not the thermometer. Mm-hmm. So I tell guys all the time, that are married, I said, listen, you get to decide how your house is. You want to be arguing all the time? Be an arguer. You want to be petty all the time? Be petty. You want to be hollering all the time? Holler. You want to be, cold? Be cold. But if you want your house to be the way you want it to be, then you have to model that and you have to be that. Mm-hmm. And once you become that, your house will be that. So even with all the stuff that we had going on, our house was still real cool. People come here and fall asleep. I'm sure you sitting here just trying to fight off dozing right now. Because I declare and decree that this is a house of peace. And when you walk through them doors, any contrary spirits got to fall out. And I'm telling you, people come to my house and fall asleep. They be talking to me like, man, I don't know, it's just so comfortable. I'm so comfortable in here. So whenever we're going back and forth, what happens is, I used to. Now, first 5 years, I took the bait every time.
Oh, he did.
We back and forth. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, but we're not even talking about that. Mm-hmm. Why are we talking? We not talking about that. Well, you said it. I didn't say that. What you mean? I said I didn't say that. Yes, you did. And then she'll lose that point and do that. When I say that, and again, women, I'm just saying, it's been my experience that a lot of women that I know circle argue. Mm-hmm. And what circle arguing is, whenever you lose a point, you make it another point. And when you lose that point, you make it another point. And when you lose that point, you make it another point. And then 35 minutes later, you don't remember what the point is, but you ain't gonna lose a point. So you find another point. And I used to go down that rabbit hole
every
and
time.
go. And then one day I was like, no, stop.
No more.
I was
We're
like,
not
nope,
doing
nah.
this.
Is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
I ain't going down the road. Nah.
Yeah.
This is what we're talking about. I understand what you're saying, but this is what we're talking about.
And that was really helpful that he did that. You know, because we were not going to get anywhere, and we are both first children. So you know, we are not about to let anything
She
go.
worked at the jail.
Yeah,
she ain't trying to let nobody run over her.
Oh no.
So I'm like, babe, I'm not trying to run it. I'm just saying this is not what we're talking about. We're talking about this. Yeah, but the other day, this.
Yeah.
And then and then one day, I mean, I've said this before on the podcast. I said, you know what? You want to holler? I'm gonna meet your volume. I'm not even gonna be mad, but I'm gonna meet your volume. And so she would come and start hollering, and I would holler back. And when I holler, because I don't care what people think, in this world, when a man hollers in an atmosphere, it shifts the atmosphere.
Yeah, it does.
It alerts everyone in the atmosphere that something is changing or something is about to happen. And so then I'm looking at a wife that I love. After I hollered her with the same volume, I don't go more. I don't go less. I go with the same volume. I'm an artist. I'm a musician. I understand level, right? So I hit it with the same volume, and then I get the shock look.
I can't believe he's yelling at me.
Right? Yeah. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like she like, and I'm like, yo, we not. And so then I said it on here, and she can tell y'all how I've done. I said that it would hurt me to see her hurt because I just hollered and I ain't even mean nothing. So I'm like, why you hurting because I'm matching your volume? That's crazy. I said, you know what? You're right. Lesson learned. I said, so from this day forward, I will never raise my voice to you again unless I'm trying to stop you from danger. And so that was over 2 years ago, almost 3 years now?
Yeah.
Almost 3 years. How have I done?
You've done great.
Have I had opportunities?
Oh, very
have
much so.
Have you given me opportunities?
What?
Yeah.
Have I?
Yeah, she's giving me all kinds of opportunities, but just like a while ago, whenever she's gonna bring up the sleep apnea, I'm like, why are you trying to fight? I ain't trying to fight. See, but you gotta recognize that when it happens and you can't take the bait. Guys, we take the bait. And ladies as well. Depend, because she and I are flip-flop as far as personality. A lot of personality she had, people will say that's a guy's personality.
Yeah.
A lot of personalities I have, people will say that's a woman's personality because I like to talk. I will not let it go. I need to talk it out so I can move on. That's the man part. I need to move on. I need to say what I got to say, move on. But I also need to talk about it so you can be cool, because I know that if you don't talk about it and it goes unsquashed, unresolved, then it's going to fester. And when it festers, it becomes a problem.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, you wake up 5 years later, 3 years later, 2 years later, and you're mad about something and you're headed to divorce court just because you never got your say or you never resolved that issue. True. So what we can tell you is that don't go to bed mad. Number one, don't go to bed mad. And also, whoever's the calmer head, look for the trap door. There's always a trap door to stop you from going down the rabbit hole of arguing. Look for it and don't take the bait. And be the calmer head to be like, wait. Then we're talking about this. And if the other person still want to go, you know what? Go. Do it. Because it takes two to argue. You walk away. You're like, okay, look, you ain't ready for that now. We talk whenever you're ready. So we did all of that, right? And then we're enjoying ourselves. We're traveling, we're doing stuff. I mean, I'm getting to take up places and we're doing stuff. And then at some point, she says, well, no, I'm not going to drink tonight. I'm like, what you mean? It's free drinks. Well, what you mean? We at the Grammys. It's free drinks. And so then she tells me, if I want to sleep,
I don't drink.
Can't drink.
Yeah. So that's another thing that I found out was that for me in menopause, I have to choose my poison. You know what I'm saying? If I'm going to drink the alcohol, that means I know that I'm not going to sleep. So I said, you know what? Sleep is very, very valuable because I've been going without it
for so long.
So guess what? Bring me some water, please, ma'am, because alcohol, no, ma'am. I started to notice like several years ago what it would do, and I thought it was the kinds of alcohol.
Right.
So I was experimenting, but it's everything is from wine to alcohol, like
brown to
brown,
white,
white.
whatever.
It does the same thing, and I'm like, anything that's going to keep me from being rested in the morning, I don't want and I don't need.
Wow. That's pretty awesome. So look, this is a very deep subject and we got a lot on there.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the intimacy and the other things and some suggestions on how to make sure you can do better, because she also chose, just tease that part about the HRT.
Yeah.
Tease that part.
I decided last year, the end of last year, that I would try it. Just looking at the research, talking to other people. And so HRT is hormone replacement therapy. So, and it helps with menopausal symptoms. So I decided last year that I would really do the research and talk to my doctor about it. And so we'll get to all of the particulars.
But you chose to do it.
But I chose
How
to do
has life
it.
been since you chose?
Life has been so much better.
Since?
So much better. I'm 6 months in now.
Look, this is for the tube and the gram and the book. Yeah. Give them that statement so that they're gonna catch it. So since I've been on so and so, oh my God! Because if you just say that, then they won't know that that's a clip. They'll be like, what made it like different?
Yeah.
It might be good because then you'll watch the video to see what made it like
That's
different.
right. Yeah, but since I've been on HRT, life is definitely better. It is different, and I feel like my old self mostly. It's really, really helped.
Now, right quick, before we, right quick, just for me, you said you feel like yourself.
Mm-hmm.
How was it to realize that you weren't yourself? And how was it to realize one day that you weren't in the middle of all of that pain and confusion and nonsense?
Oh, I felt amazing. It's like one day it's like everything clicked all at once. And I did not know how bad I was feeling until I started feeling good.
Ooh, that's a bar right there.
I had no idea. I mean, living it, I felt bad. I felt horrible. But it wasn't until I started feeling better to get out the bed and not have to immediately start stretching to get my joints, to get my body in alignment, before I even hit the floor. By the end of the day, usually I was like 7 o'clock. I was literally looking at my watch to see how much longer I needed to stay up because I just wanted to go to bed because I was in pain. Mm-hmm. It was better as I was working out. Working out helped me. Once I got home after working out, I felt good for several hours. But at some point in the late evening, I started to feel that joint pain again. And man, I just couldn't believe it. I was like, oh my God. Like literally, nothing's hurting right now. To wake up to that feels amazing. Feels amazing.
Cool.
Yeah.
Well, look, we hope that helps some of y'all who've experienced some of those symptoms. And in a marriage, like I said, we'll do another episode to talk about everything else that a menopausal, perimenopausal woman in a relationship would be dealing with, and the man has to deal with it.
Bless your heart.
You better love her. You better love her, because if you don't,
yeah, you better love her.
You better love her, because she gonna act like she don't love you a lot.
Yeah,
a lot. So you just got to know deep down in your heart,
true.
in your shana, that's yours.
Absolutely.
So we hope that helped y'all. Look, until next time, I'm Sean.
And I'm V.
It's been Better Marriage Daily, where we show you tips on how to have a better marriage daily. Y'all be good. Till next time, we'll holler.